NXT names have been spotted in Indianapolis ahead of the Royal Rumble. We've got reports of Royal Rumble creative plans, and an ex-WWE tag team is reuniting. It's time for the news. So obviously some potential Royal Rumble spoilers here as we talk about now tomorrow night's event, the Royal Rumble happening in Indianapolis, and a few NXT names have been spotted. Who we got, Andrew?
Well, this is according to PW Insider. They say Roxanne Perez, Stephanie Vaquer, Lash Legend, Jada Parker, they have been spotted in Indianapolis ahead of tomorrow night's Royal Rumble PLEO.
Some very interesting names there. For me, the standout there, Stephanie,
absolutely
doing her thing. I would love her to last like 25, 30 minutes in the Rumble. Just have a really, really good showing, because she's obviously doing great work in NXT, and I fully expect her to have an amazing run on the main roster. Let's start things off strong. It's going to be her first Rumble appearance if she does make it to the match.
Yep.
Why the hell not?
Why not? I agree. There's so many people in there this year as well, like you Jordan Graces too, that I would just like to see be in there. Fingers crossed, because she might be doing a mum's birthday party, lest we forget. But to see like those collide as well, her and Jordan have like a little bit of a thing would be really fun as well. I know a lot of people want to see Jordan just go, straight to the main roster rather than do stuff in NXT, but I mean, that's like a little bit of something I wouldn't mind seeing. Obviously, the other one, Roxanne Perez, she is currently sort of involved in a feud with Bayley at the moment. They had the tag team match, Julia and Bayley against Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. We've seen Perez turn up on Raw and Bayley turn up on NXT, and then we've got the triple threat at Vengeance Day as well for the NXT Women's Championship with Perez, Julia, the champion, and Bayley as well. So I imagine maybe Perez might eliminate Bayley.
Somebody just to further that on.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. It's got to be noted here that this feels like it's probably a bit of an all-hands-on-deck show, and it wouldn't surprise me if we start reading reports of people being in Indianapolis who there's no plans for them to be in the Rumble at all, because I imagine most talent will be there and want to be there as well.
Absolutely.
If I was a WWE talent, which I should be, I'd want to go even if I wasn't booked. Even if I'm Dennis Stamp, I'm still going to be there.
For this one specifically as well.
Yeah.
Like the I've said it multiple times at this point, Broken Record, the first one on Netflix, like the first PLE on Netflix, it's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big deal. And it's so star-studded. I can't wait. I'm buzzing for tomorrow night. Continuing on with our Royal Rumble theme, potentially some creative plans revealed for Charlotte Flair, according to WrestleVotes on WrestleVotes Radio.
They say sources confirmed to us that the presentation of Charlotte Flair has been decided upon and will feature her as the top girl, playing into the Flair family legacy. In more Charlotte Flair news, though, we are told creative is heavily considering having her win championship gold sooner rather than later upon her return to the ring. So we can expect Charlotte to be catapulted to the top of the women's division starting this Saturday. Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed.
For your prediction, maybe, oh dear?
Yeah, for your prediction, ding dong wahey.
Ding dong wahey indeed, yeah.
It's not good news for me, but it's not unexpected, right? The Charlotte Flair thing, I really do think Cena's winning.
Yes.
Punk's in with a shout for sure. There's a lot of people that are in with a shout, to be fair. I just think it's really, really boring if they do lol Cena wins and lol Charlotte wins. I don't want to see Charlotte win another Rumble. I think it's a wasted opportunity to really elevate somebody who needs elevating.
Well, and do you know what? The thing that's worrying me the most, because I was like, hey, her and Tiffany, it could be sort of like the exact same thing as we saw at WrestleMania 39. Charlotte and Rhea. Rhea was already doing incredible things as it was, but that match that they had at WrestleMania 39, I think, didn't do anything bad for Rhea's career. It kind of just like catapulted into like the next tier to go the next distance. But with the news that they want her to win championship gold sooner rather than later, would suggest to me that she would possibly win against Tiffany. But I mean, again, it depends how, if that was to happen, how that would play out, because I'm sure they wouldn't let Tiffany look stupid in defeat. Anyway, against Charlotte Flair, it's not bad, is it?
To lose?
In terms of like someone who's as decorated as a champion as her, against like a newcomer to the main roster. I know a lot of people wouldn't necessarily, I feel like to see that, but if there's something after that and that we see Tiffany chase Charlotte again and try and bring that back, there could be really something really special in that.
I mean, Rhea, the second time round they had the WrestleMania match. It was fantastic again, and the right result the second time around. So maybe they'll do something similar with Tiffany. I fully expect if Charlotte wins the Rumble for her to go after Tiffany. I don't think they're gonna do her and Rhea again. But yeah, not good news for me. Rumble again. No plans for Nick Nemeth. Obviously, there's been a lot of speculation about the potential of Nick Nemeth, former TNA World Champion, former Dolph Ziggler, former Nikki, former Kerwin White's caddy, popping up in the Rumble. WrestleVotes once again saying, we did ask a source and we were told that now he's no longer TNA World Champion. Do not expect Nick Nemeth to be appearing in the Royal Rumble, regardless of a partnership between WWE and TNA. He would feel like a really weird one to pop up, actually.
It would be.
Just because he's not, it's not been that long since he got released by WWE. Bit of a shock release, and then just to bring him back for like a Royal Rumble cameo when he was with the company for so long as well. And for them to go, hey, look, it's TNA's Nick Nemeth, not WWE's Dolph Ziggler, who was here for like 15 odd years.
Yes.
So I don't think it's a massive surprise. That said, if I'm here to show the world, if that started playing,
I think there'd be a big pop.
The roof would come off.
I think it would as well. I think it would too.
So don't expect to see Nick Nemeth there. Speaking of TNA, former TNA tag team as well as WWE tag team, The Inspiration, formerly known as the Iconics, are reuniting for the first time since 2022. It's been announced by Prestige Wrestling. Their show in Las Vegas, Nevada on April the 17th, Nothing to Lose, is going to feature the in-ring returns of The Inspiration, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay. I think they were absolutely fantastic together.
Brilliant.
I was livid when they broke them up. I was gutted when they got released. I think they just had like the best chemistry of a women's tag team in WWE in donkey's years.
I can't agree more with that. And I feel like they're one as well, sort of like in the years that they've been gone, I feel like people have been like, imagine if they turned up at the Rumble, or imagine if they turned up here or there or wherever. Like, they're so good together, and I feel like they've definitely been missed within women's wrestling as well as a whole. So to see them back, I really hope they do, and they get to do some really cool things, because they more than deserve it, and I think the fans are more than ready to see that as well.
Yeah, I just like two of the best characters that we've seen in recent years in the women's division. They were just a joy to watch, no matter what they were doing. I think they had some really good matches, but for me it was more about the stuff that was out of the ring and just like making people corpse, and they were just having a laugh, and you could tell that they were legit friends who just knew each other so well, knew how to play off of each other. So I'm hoping that this is the start of even bigger things.
Agreed.
For the Inspiration. Agreed. And maybe a return at some point in the future. And we finish off with the news that released WWE star Tegan Nox, Nixon Newell, of course, is now officially a free agent. She posted an announcement on her social media yesterday. She was released by WWE back in early November, so it's not a big surprise that she is a free agent. She is accepting bookings now, accompanied by this wonderful, wonderful picture. It's really cool, good, isn't it?
Yeah.
The quote. I think it's really awesome. She's great. Obviously, somebody who faced a fair few injuries in her time in WWE was perhaps looked upon as, I don't want to say a bit of a liability, but you know what I mean? So, like she was hurt, unfortunately, a lot. We were talking about her. We did a live stream for our Patreon supporters yesterday, and we were talking about Nixon Newell, Tegan Nox, who popped up in the Women's Rumble that we were watching, and like she's just such a fantastic babyface, a really, really likable person, and in the ring she's like great as well. So just it'll be interesting to see what she does next, if she just works the indies, if she gets picked up by a TNA and AEW, who knows, but she's great.
Yeah, I completely agree, and it feels like obviously with the injury stuff that happened as well, there was always, and we've spoken about this multiple times too, that it always felt like things were starting to get really going for her. Maybe WWE saw like big things for her future, and then unfortunately an injury would happen, and maybe they were like, well, maybe we'll just keep it on the sidelines a little bit and, you know, sort of work our way back up to that. They never really did. So I'm really hoping that she just gets to go out there and do everything that she really wants to do and get to those heights that she really deserves to get to at the same time as well, because she puts the work in.
Yeah, even with the injuries, I considered it a bit of a shock release, just because Triple H had spoken so fondly of her in the past. You can only assume that it was just due to the injuries that unfortunately sort of plagued her WWE career. There are the fair few of them. Anyway, best of luck to her because she's absolutely class. Thank you very much. We'll be back with more, no doubt, Rumble news very, very shortly. Just a reminder, everything that is on the channel and coming up on the channel, it is Rumble weekend starting tomorrow. So you have got predictions with myself and Andrew. You've got predictions with some nutty sidekicks as well with Ross. That's on the channel as well. You've got 9 pitches for the Royal Rumble. That's all available to view right now. On top of that, we have, of course, got live reactions with myself and Andrew tomorrow night. I hope you don't win Charlotte Flair. We got what happened at with Jack the Jobber, and then soon after as well, WTF moments for Royal Rumble over on patreon.com/cultaholic. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you in a little bit.